about water usage, there was just a report last week, or within this last week, about it was a scientific report about coming water scarcity, and pretty dire predictions for Colorado. How does it affect water scarcity that's current and anticipated, that when you frack, you leave some amount of water behind and you remove some, but you essentially take it out of the hydrological cycle because now it's contaminated. So you don't want it to go back and come down as rain. You don't want it to go in your drinking water and so on. How does that?
Well, what sets this industry apart is just what you're describing. Other industries use some water and return some after they do washing or
Farming.
Certainly farming returns about 50% of what it uses, what it applies to the land, so that its waste is somebody else's right. Denver, for instance, for the amount of water it obtains from the South Platte River system, is obligated to return its sewage flow so that somebody else can use it once it's treated. This industry is set apart in that way, the way you described. It uses vast amounts of water, and when it works the way they say it will, it means much of it stays underground. And because here in Colorado the practice is also to re-inject your flowback water deep underground, a huge percentage of it will be, all of it, will be taken out of the hydrologic cycle. And then one thing that sets the Niobrara, this is the target here is the Niobrara Shale, which is, the industry is just fawning over. This is a producer's dream, this Niobrara Shale, because the initial wells in Will County have hit the jackpot of oil. And fracking for oil is a little bit different than fracking for gas. Fracking for oil requires a gelling agent to be used to carry the sand into the frack. Gelling agents don't work well with salty water, so it requires high quality water, and that makes it unlikely to be reused. Like we just talked, well, we talked before the video comes, but
so that
some might be reused, but if it's convenient to them. But I don't think this water will be reused because in order to make a gelling fracking recipe, the industry needs low salinity water. It needs high quality drinking water quality water, and therefore they're not likely to reuse it. That means each fracking event isolates a great deal of water from the hydrologic cycle. Let's talk about how much. These fracking events will use 1 to 2 million gallons per frack. Each well may do 10 to 20 frack jobs, and you can see how quickly that mounts up if we have hundreds of wells.
Any idea where they might get so much?
The industry has kind of an ace in their hole, I'm afraid. They certainly will get focused on the amount of water that comes from the other side of the divide. The amount of water the Front Range diverts from across the Continental Divide doesn't have these obligations that the return flow go back to the river.